What's going on, guys? Comes here back again on another MLB The Show 19 Diamond Dynasty video, and this is one that I am very excited to be bringing forward to you guys. Of course, if you know, MLB The Show is coming out on Tuesday. I am very excited, March 26th, and if you guys do know, if you pre-order either the MVP or the Digital Deluxe Edition, you do get a free Diamond Flashback player of your choice, and now we finally know all 30 of those pre-order flashbacks that they are going to be. Now, unfortunately, 10 of those we don't know the stats of. We knew 20 of them prior to yesterday. This is coming out Friday. I apologize for that, by the way. I've been at state basketball, so I've been really busy with that. But yeah, so we don't know the stats to the last 10, and I will mention those towards the end of the video. But this is a video where I want to tell you guys which pre-order diamond you guys should be taking. And obviously, this is kind of my opinion based on how I think the game's going to play out and how we've seen it in previous years. Keep in mind that I will say, you know, even guys with not that much power are still good, because they did say they have worked on fixing contact hitters this year. So I definitely think they will be better from last year, and mainly just last year. I think last year was like the main year that they became not so good. But I pretty much graded everybody on one of 3 scales, one of them being just stop. Like, these guys literally, even I don't care if you are the son or daughter of these guys, I don't care. Do not pick them under any circumstances. Luckily, there's not too many of those guys. There's the alright picks. I could see why you would want to go ahead and pick these. And then there's the upper echelon tier, where I think I only have 6 players right there that are the great choices, and those are the guys that I would recommend that you pick based on a couple different play styles that I will get into once we get to there. And then after that, I will mention the 10 new pre-order diamonds that we did hear about, and just maybe talk about some of the ones that I'm a little bit more curious about. But without further ado, let's get right into the just stop tier. And the first one we're going to be talking about is actually Tony Gwynn. Now, hear me out. Tony Gwynn by no means is a scrub, but you guys have to remember, this is, you know, out of shape, out of prime Tony Gwynn. And these are his stats. 125, 121 contact, that's great. He only has 57 and 38 power, not so great. 58 speed, that's the big thing. Yes, he has a lot of contact, but most high contact hitters got some speed with them. Not so much right here. And then he only has 61 fielding, 69 arm for the outfield. Just not that good, on top of the fact that we have a signature series Tony Gwynn that you can choose once you get to bronze 99 XP level. So with all of those circumstances, I just really would not recommend that you guys go with Tony Gwynn. You know, if you do, you know, you do, but I just do not think it is a good choice. And second, 2 out of 2 on my just stop list. Do not pick them. It's Granderson, the Tigers version. Unfortunately, they really nerfed the hell out of this card, and I'm not really sure why. I mean, he has 102 and 42 contact, 74 and 49 power, so he's pretty good, I guess, against righties, even though he only has 74 power, which isn't the greatest, but he cannot hit lefties, 42 and 49. He still is fast. He has 81 speed, 92 stealing, 77 arm, 86 fielding, so he's a decent outfielder, but just the hitting stats alone, I would not recommend you pick this card under any circumstance. Hopefully they come out with the Yankees Granderson flashback again, and hopefully that's better, but this is not good. I don't know what happened from MLB The Show 17 when we had his Conquest card, which I loved, by the way. I don't know what happened, but yeah, once again, stay away. Hard pass. Now we're going to move into the alright tier, and this is where the majority of players are found. In order to not make this video super astronomically long, I'm not going to pull up the individual stats on each one, or rather, I'm not going to look at the individual stats of each one. You guys can see it on the screen, but I'm not going to look at it, so I'm not going to mention it in specifics as I'm recording this video in real time, of course. But anyway, the alright tier, we're going to start with the hitters. The first one is Lou Gehrig. Of course, Lou Gehrig is a new legend into the game. A lot of Yankee fans might want to go ahead and grab him. The problem with that is, you know, he's just kind of average. I think he had like 70s on pretty much everything. And, you know, that's just not really what we would want to go for. I mean, that's definitely all right, but I think there is a lot better options, and he's not the best defensively first base. He's all right, but once again, he kind of just does everything pretty well. Nothing too, you know, great that he does, though, and I think there's a lot of better choices. Jason Kendall is one on my all right tier. Of course, I believe there's 2 catchers that you can get for the pre-order. He has great contact and great speed, so if you are looking forward to that, this is an option for you. However, he does not have much power, and he's not a great defensive catcher. And if defensive ratings matter as much as they say they do, I definitely want a good defensive catcher up there, or back there rather. And hopefully that can help him, you know, help pass balls from going past him, you know, throw out runners, all that jazz. Back-to-back catchers, Buster Posey is also on my all right tier. This card was borderline on the one I would recommend that you guys pick, and if you are leaning towards a catcher, I would definitely recommend to pick Buster Posey over Jason Kendall, because he has more power, he's better defensively, and he also has good contact as well. So Buster Posey, I would recommend. Obviously there should be a better one coming out later on in the year, but this is a great catcher that you guys can get day one for free if you get one of these options. Frank Thomas, this is on my all right tier for one and one reason only. He is a great hitter. If you guys want a great hitter day one and don't care about the repercussions, go ahead and take him. But those repercussions would be he also has a signature series card that you can get at bronze 99. So if you want to get him right away and have a good hitting first baseman off the bat, go ahead. I'm just saying, once again, with the Tony Gwynn situation, you can get him at bronze 99. So, you know, maybe if you want to get the Gwynn 99 or one of the other signature 99s right away, which there are some good ones, you know, then sure, pick Frank Thomas. He's really good, and he would be on that great tier otherwise, but I would not recommend to pick him for those reasons. Stan Musial is the next one. He has a lot of contact. You know, once again, average speed, average defensively, average power. He's a good contact hitter who has like 60, 70 power, and not the greatest defensively. Personally, I didn't like Stan Musial cards too much. Just something with the batting stance with him last year. I didn't really like it too much. That's my opinion, of course. Barry Larkin is another one. He is a great, speedy defensive shortstop with a lot of contact, if you guys are into that. I did roll with Andrelton Simmons quite a bit for quite some time last year, if you guys do remember. But eventually, I decided I want a little bit more power, someone with a little bit more balance, and Barry Larkin just didn't have that. Once again, if you guys are like those kind of shortstops, Barry Larkin might be your guy. Ted Williams is another one, kind of like Lou Gehrig. He didn't like blow me away in anything. Like, you guys know I value defensive ratings for defense a lot, and he just doesn't have a good arm. He's not fast either. He doesn't have too much power. I think it's like in the 70, 75, 80 range, so nothing too crazy power wise. I would not recommend Ted Williams. And once again, I'm not going a deep dive into these. If you guys want a deeper dive, look at my all confirmed flashback and legend cards that will be on the top right hand corner if you guys want to watch that video. Chipper Jones is another one. Trust me, he could have possibly been on the, you know, pick these guys tiers, just because he has a lot of contact, he has a fair amount of power, and he's a switch hitter. The reasons that did it in for me is, you know, this is older Chipper Jones, so he's not the greatest defensively, if I do remember, and his speed is also not really there. Personally, I like to have speed in my lineup, and I like to have defense, especially at third base. I need a guy with a good arm, because apparently bunting is supposed to be back, and now that we got Rickey Henderson in the game, there's a good chance that people are going to be spamming that, so I want somebody who can fire it over to first and get him out. Finally, Ian Kinsler, you know, yeah, he was borderline on the just stop tier, but I'm not going to play like that. He has a little bit of power. I think he has like 60 power, which is decent for a second baseman. Once again, this is going to be a pretty good defensive, speedy second baseman option if you do want that. I personally don't think you guys should pick him. However, going into the pitchers, we have Tom Seaver, who I think is a very good option. I think he has, you know, 80s to mid 80s splits on hit 9, K9, and all of those all throughout. So if you're on a good balanced pitcher, I definitely think Tom Seaver is a good option for you. Kerry Wood, I don't think he's the guy that you guys should take for pitchers either. The reason for that is his walk 9, I believe, is a 32. It's definitely in the low 30s, and that is a problem, especially how they said if it's not your first pitch, you cannot spam it and expect to get away with it. Accuracy is going to matter a lot more this year. So yes, he does have fantastic K9. He has good hit 9. He has great velocity, good strikeout stuff. I just think he's going to walk too many guys, and that's where I'm just like, I don't think you guys should pick Kerry Wood. I wouldn't be mad at you if you did, because obviously I can get why you would do that. I personally just value walk 9 and control a little bit more. Maybe that's because I'm inaccurate, but if you guys can dot up with guys with no walk 9, go ahead, pick Kerry Wood. And now we are on the guys that I think you should take. Now there are going to be 4 hitters and 2 pitchers. So if you want to take a pitcher, take a pitcher. If you want to take a hitter, take a hitter. Personally, I'm going to take a hitter. That's just me. The first one is Joe Carter. Joe Carter looks like an absolute monster. He's got 64 and 92 contact, 72 and 106 power. So that's 92 and 106 splits versus lefties. Still 64 versus 72 versus righties, which is decent. 81 vision, 68 arm strength, not the best, but not the worst, I guess. 60 speed, obviously he's not going to be the greatest defensively, but you stick him out in left field, maybe one of them, left field. You know, he's going to be fine. You know, not a great arm, but you don't have to throw that far to get to third base. I think Joe Carter is a great pick. He's great versus lefties, like I said, has a lot of pop, and I think he'd be a really good option. Mike Schmidt, I'm kind of going to go away with my thing of having speed. He only has 39 speed, but he's got 64 and 107 contact, very good versus lefties, 70 and 90 power. Once again, 107, 90 splits versus lefties. He's going to bat left-handed pitches very well. 83 vision, 80 fielding, 74 arm strength, so he's an average defender. Nothing great, nothing spectacular, but definitely can get the job done. Mike Schmidt, this is, I believe, the only one of the 2 infielders that I will have. Actually, no, he's the only infielder that I think you guys should pick. I like him a little bit more than Chipper Jones, and yeah, I think he looks like a beast. You know, contact 107, 90. Pretty damn good splits. Moving to a pitcher quick, we are going to be talking about Roy Oswalt. A lot of people love this card from the past, and it's back, and it's really good. So this card right here has got 90 stamina, 72 hit 9, which isn't the best, but you know, it can get the job done. But he has 91 strikeout 9 or K9, 86 walk 9, which is really good, 67 home run 9, which is kind of low, and remember that stat is going to matter this year. But he has great pitches. He has a 4-seam fastball, 12-6 curveball, sinker, slider, and a changeup. That is one of the best repertoires that you could really get. A sinker is very effective, and when you combine that with that 12-6 and that wipeout slider, Roy Oswalt is a fantastic pitcher who can get strikeouts and can also prevent walks. He has good control and also has good stuff to match it. So Roy Oswalt, I think he is the best pitcher that you guys should be taking. Moving back to the hitters, we have Floyd right here. He's got a lot of contact, 94 and 90, 73 and 79 power. So he is very balanced. He has really good contact versus both ways and a fair amount of power both ways. 75 vision, is not the best defender, 66 fielding, 70 arm strength. Definitely would like to see that better, but once again, stick him in left field. It's not going to be too much of an issue. 65 speed, 61 stealing, so he can run a little bit as well. You know, he's just a really balanced, you know, he doesn't, you know, hit one side particularly that much better than the other. He's just a good guy that's going to maintain in your lineup for quite some time. He's a lefty bat, got a good swing. A lot of people like Floyd's swing. He would be a great addition to your team right off the gates. My second of the 2 pitchers that I think you guys should be taking is Bob Feller. He has 116 stamina. He has not the best walk 9 out of 40. It's better than Kerry Wood's though, and I think his other stuff is better as well. He has 83 break on his pitches, 98 velocity, really good, 86 hit 9, 112 K9. 85 home run per 9. I think that's the reason I put him a little bit above Kerry Wood. I think he has more stamina too and a little bit more walk 9 in control. I think that's the only difference. Honestly, guys, you could probably interchange Kerry Wood and Bob Feller. I could definitely see that if you want Kerry Wood because you're a Cubs fan. They are very similar pitchers. I can't see the repertoire, his pitches on this screenshot that I have, But I definitely could see either of those. Honestly, Bob Feather and Kerry Wood are probably interchangeable, and there are both good options. Finally, my last pick for the guys that you should be taking is Jackie Robinson. And this is ironic considering he was the worst and least wanted immortal out of the whole bunch last year. He's got 85 and 110 contact, 53 and 71 power, 114 vision, 78 fielding, oh, not 70, 78 speed, rather, 41 stealing, 71 fielding, 62 arm strength. You'll notice this is a outfield card. However, you guys know Jackie Robinson can play second base. Second basemen are at a premium usually in MLB The Show. That and catcher are usually two vulnerable positions where, you know, there's not too many great options. Jackie Robinson can do it all. You know, he has a lot of contact, which should matter. A decent amount of power, especially versus lefties. 71 is definitely decent. Really good vision, not going to strike out much at all. And pretty much 80 speed on top of that at second base. That is one of the best options that you're going to get probably for quite a while at the second base position in MLB The Show 19. So those are the best pre-order diamonds in my opinion. If you want a pitcher, Roy Oswalt is the best way to go. If you want somebody to get a lot of strikeouts, not the best, you know, control though, Bob Feather or Kerry Wood are your options right there. Hitters, I would say, you know, Joe Carter, Mike Schmidt, Cliff Floyd, Jackie Robinson. Those are really your best options. Once again, Frank Thomas would also be really good too. However, you could get his signature series card, which is so damn good at bronze 99, so I'd recommend to do that. But now we are moving into the 10 pre-order diamonds that we do not know their stats. And off the bat, we have Rickey Henderson. I think this is a guy who could potentially be up there with the ones that you want to take. I'm really, you know, sad that they didn't show his stats. This is a breakout card, so I would imagine we're talking 99 speed, 99 stealing. I would imagine maybe 80, 90 contact, somewhere around there. 60s power. You know, I think he's the all-time leader in leadoff home runs. I believe. I could be wrong about that, but I think he'd be a really good option. I think he's a guy that you're definitely going to have to contend with. Speed kills, fair and simple. Matt Holliday, you know, I don't really think that one would be the best. Johnny Damon, he always has a noodle of an arm. I don't think yet you guys are really going to want to do that one. Cal Ripken Jr., once again, this is the first diamond that you got along the way of the Immortal program. He's kind of slow. He doesn't have the most power. I don't think that's the best card. Evan Longoria, I'm a Rays fan, although I'm not going to be taking this card. Last year's card, it was like, I think he had like 80 contact both ways and about 80 power both ways. Personally, I'm probably just not going to pick this card. I think there's better options. I would rather have the Mike Schmidt probably. Felix Hernandez, the card that we had last year, he was decent. I personally didn't do the best with him though. Robin Yount, this card I don't think I used last year, but I don't really think it's going to be a great option. Gary Carter is interesting. He could possibly be the catcher you want to take over Jason Kendall or Buster Posey if you do want to take them. But I think Buster Posey looks like a pretty damn good card. Nolan Ryan is an interesting one. He could be up there along the lines of Kerry Wood and Bob Feather, of guys who have great stuff, just, you know, not so much accuracy, so you're going to have to take a hit there. And finally, we got Torii Hunter. I'm really excited that we got Torii Hunter in the game. You guys know I'm from Minnesota. If you guys didn't know that, I'm from Minnesota. But Torii Hunter is one of my favorite twins of all time. He might be my favorite twin of all time. I don't know how good the card is going to be. He was a monster defensively. He's probably going to have a good arm. I would imagine maybe average around 70s contact and 70s power. Really good fielding, 60 some speed. Pretty damn good, but I probably won't be picking him. So the only one of those 10 I would add to, or the only two, I would say Nolan Ryan could be in the guys you might want to pick, and then Rickey Henderson as well. But once again, those are just my opinions on the pre-order diamonds that I would select. Personally, I think I might just take Joe Carter, but I could be wrong, and I could pick Rickey Henderson depending on his stats. But that is going to do it for this video. I'm sorry it is longer than I expected and or wanted, but I hope that you guys got something out of it. And yeah, let me know down below in the comment section what pre-order diamond you guys are leaning towards and who you are going to select. Like I said, Tuesday we are all going to celebrate, for it is a national holiday. MLB The Show is going to release. I'm super excited. Gonna double upload. Gonna try to double upload the majority of the year. I'm really excited for this game. I hope it's great. I hope everybody has a lot of fun. Good luck to all content creators. Good luck to all aspiring content creators. And yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like, double, hope you guys are great. And there you guys, thumbs up. Yeet.